What is up? Coming to you live from the Cat House in Montebello, California. It's Dre's Geek Philosophy Podcast, the February 3rd edition, the day after a superb owl, because we can't say the other thing, because, I'm sure the NFL will want its money, because you can't say, that's why I always refer to it every year as a superb owl.
Hoot hoot.
It hoots. It hoots, and I actually watched it for the first time in several years.
Really?
Well, the Patriots weren't playing, so.
Oh, yeah, that's a good reason.
And I have a wonderful 3-week-old son, so I was like, all right, cool, I'll just sit down here and sit in the rocking chair that we just picked up the other day, and then put him to all right, rocking chair, yeah.
He's 3 weeks already?
He's 3 weeks, man.
Tiger,
the boy
it's
was
time for you to get out the house,
Tiger.
homie.
Tiger was born on the 9th, my man.
Yeah, it's time for you to get a job, homie. Get out.
It's Dre and Tony Stark sitting along the world. After all the memes you were sharing, this man, you were sharing a whole bunch of black-faced Robert Downey Jr. memes today. You were on one today. You were on one. And I was at work. I'm in management now at work, so I'm at my desk more often. So I'm able to reply to all the nonsense that you do in between sending out emails and doing purchase orders. I got my other laptop set up because I'm doing social media for videogamewholesale.com. If you need video games for your business, contact videogamewholesale.com. I'm Dre Cervantes, your sales manager.
Finger guns, bitches.
Finger guns. And yeah, like ICO. And I guess if I comment on certain people's statuses, it notifies me that you made a status update. So between you and Lamar, I get notifications left and right.
I was a little bit of a status update fiend yesterday.
And
during
today.
the Super Bowl and today.
No, I really wasn't checking the Facebook that much during Super Bowl because I wasn't holding my phone. I was holding my son the entire time. My poor little man. I don't know what happened more, poo-splosions or touchdowns yesterday. My God. The over-under.
Touchdowns.
No. No, there were more poo-splosions. The over-under. If you were going to take the over or under, or the prop bet, what would happen more? The Chiefs and the Niners actually scoring touchdowns, or my son filling his diaper with poo, not pee. Poo.
Oh no.
You take the poop. My young boy was apparently, I guess, he's like, why are you crying so much? And then it's like Beirut or Baghdad in his pants.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I missed that last touchdown that the Chiefs scored. I was like, oh, all right, this game's over. Let's go check your diaper. And I get up and I come back. I'm like, why is it 30? Why is it 30? What is happening?
I literally walked 50 feet from.
I feel like I'm not the only one, apparently. Missed this touch. Everyone was like, oh, they turned the ball over. There's a minute something left. All right, this game's over. Pat Mahomes is going to kneel 3 times, defy the Madden curse, and take home the Super Bowl. And they're like, no, let's run the ball a couple times and run it up their asses.
I literally posted, my Facebook post was, and I quote, and the Chiefs are now going to get their Tanya Harding on and take a knee. Mm-hmm. And that's what I thought they were going to do. Who doesn't do that?
Apparently Andy Reid.
Yeah.
Yeah, Daniel Wong here says, babies know when you have something important to do. Their timing is impeccable. Yes, I've been noticing that.
Yeah, I told you, kiss, sleep, and sex goodbye, because you're not getting either of those.
I'm really missing the sleep.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I've gotten by without the sex, but the sleep
you
is
don't have the
so
energy.
much more important. But bless my wonderful wife. She's been trying to let me get a little bit extra sleep because since I have to drive and go to work,
mm-hmm.
That's been the tougher part. It's like she can't send me out of the house as a zombie because then I might not come back.
Yeah,
I might wrap my car around a pole and die. But so she's been trying to let me sleep a little bit more. It was all right. She won't 3 a.m. She'll let me sleep through and she'll do the diaper change or
I remember those days.
I get a solid block of about 1 to 5 or about 2 to 6. I get a good solid block of 4 hours. Although honestly, apparently, according to my lovely wife, I can sleep through his crying. I thought I was like, oh wow, why am I not waking up? But no, apparently because I've been so sleep deprived, my body's been like, nope.
Oh yeah, that's
the first week in the hospital, any noise he made, and I was like. What is happening?
Yeah.
I was rolling off the terrible cot at the White Memorial Hospital.
Oh, aren't those comfortable? / sarcasm.
/ sarcasm.
Yeah, don't worry. As he grows, you'll learn his cries, and you'll learn which one means I'm hungry, I'm thirsty, I'm wet, My back is somehow covered in shit, and I'm actually in
bored.
pain.
Oh, there's pain. No, there's the board, or like, I've discovered that my son does not like to be away from either of us. If he is by himself, then he's like, nope. Or it's like if it doesn't matter if it's grandpa, grandma, or uncle. Nope. He's like, nope. I want one of the parental units.
Wait till he's old enough to figure out that darkness equals scary, and he won't go. You can't go, and you can't tell him to go. He'll be literally holding himself, doing the pee-pee dance, and you'll be like, go to the bathroom. It's dark. And literally every light in the house will be on except the one in the bathroom. He'll be able to reach the switch, but he won't go in there because the bathroom is dark. And it'll be a goddamn escort mission as you walk him to the bathroom. I'll
be Leon Kennedy, and he'll be...
help me, Leon!
Ashley, yes. The president's daughter.
Yes. That's what it will be.
Now, as I'm getting older, I am losing a lot of memories, but I do have a healthy... I remember as a young lad having a healthy fear of the dark.
Oh, yeah.
But me, like, I used my speed, like... Because I recall, like, I would have to run a good, like, 20 feet to go turn on the lights to the kitchen.
Uh-huh.
So I would run as fast as I could in case of whatever is in the darkness. I would, as long as I get to that light first.
Oh, yeah, always.
I'm like, I'd be good. And I remember running, and my mom was like, why are you running? I'm like, I gotta get the light on. It's dark.
Yeah, and parents don't understand that. They just look at you like you're a fool goose loony. You're like...
See, like, as long as I kind of retain some of those memories, by the time he's like 4 or 5, then I'll be okay. It's okay. It's okay, Tiger. Let's go turn on the light. I feel like I'll be a little understanding.
Yeah.
Of course, it's like I'll also be like 43 or 44, and like my knees will be like, no, you cannot get up. I'm like, I gotta do DDP yoga.
Yeah, pretty much. Start now.
I used the 1 free hour I have this week to do this.
Oh, shit.
That's the 1 free hour I have.
You guys better be thankful, okay? He's doing this for you.
Yeah, and thank Rosa for allowing me to have this hour to, or lately I've been cutting it down to 45 minutes just because I'm like, okay, the boy's crying. We gotta run. We gotta wrap it up. Wrap it up, B. Wrap it. Hit the wrap it up box.
Better wrap that show up.
See, I feel like I didn't get to talk about it because last week was a bit of more of a somber show talking about Kobe Bryant, stuff. So like that week where I was by myself with, it wasn't a week. I was by myself with him for 3 days. Rosa had to go back to the hospital.
Yeah, I remember you speaking on that.
Yeah, Rosa had to go back to the hospital for 3 days because of her blood pressure was high from preeclampsia. So that was an adventure, and like me by myself here with the kid. Oh, thankfully, her parents and my mom were helping out ferrying breast milk from the hospital to here, but it was just me and him.
Oh, yeah. You in the jungle, baby.
Yeah. I was like, what am I gonna do? But it was most of the time it was like, I just sat in. I think there was a point where I think I sat here for about 18 hours straight, like literally right here, just me and him. Like, all right, buddy, what are we gonna do? I'm like, how many ways can I juggle you, or jiggle you, or rock you? To make sure, and then it was cool. There was one night where he was sprawled out on my lap. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, and I'm playing Transformers, Devastation.
Oh wow!
Because I had that, I didn't have to get up because I was like digitally on my PS4.
Yup.
I didn't have to move. I'm like, all right, as long as I don't have to move, all right, cool. And I beat the game. I was like, oh, cool! I actually get to finish a game. This is amazing.
Yeah, don't get used to that.
I can't believe that. But yeah, what I also did during that, I watched all of season 2 of the Chappelle Show.
Damn.
The one whole day, it would just I'd reach over, swat the disc, and just me and the dude, he kept sleeping. Although I swear, his first words, we ideally it's gonna be mama or dada, but it might be a swear word, or 10.
Well, the upside is that children they're able to process the D sound first. So it's very, very likely that daddy will be his first word.
Mm-hmm. As opposed to fuck.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yes. As opposed to mommy or
yeah
or what
shit
or oh shit, it's Wayne Brady's son or something of that nature. So that's a plus. That's a plus.
A lot easier for da.
Yeah.
Ma. All right, he's been really good with O.
Oh,
I keep talking. We keep talking about vowels every time I'm changing them. I'm talking to him the whole time. We're talking about vowels. I'm like A, E, I, O, U. Which one you like? Oh, oh.
Oh, and read to him often,
Mm-hmm.
and make sure you never baby talk to him, because it really does. Like Gianna was like 2 and capable of. And by the time she's about 2.5 years old, she was literally capable of handling an entire conversation.
Huh.
So, I mean, she's 5 now, and the things that she says, I'm like, you won't shut the fuck up, will you? You just gonna talk your ass off. And she's got the most expressive imagination.
Oh, really?
I don't know who she got that from.
For those of you listening to the podcast, I'm pointing at Jai. If you're watching the video, then you're getting the joke.
But it's, yeah, don't baby talk.
No, I have been trying to treat him like a little adult. I keep calling him he's my little man or my big boy, and then we've just been talking like, really, you're gonna do that right now? Like this morning, like he must have had at least 20 different facial expressions.
Nice.
He just he gave me the people's eyebrow. He has done that on at least 5 occasions, where I'll be talking to him and he'll just suddenly go he'll just pick up the eyebrow. He's like, Dad, I don't get it. Like this morning, I'm like, honey, he did it again. He gave me the people's eyebrow. He'll just raise one eyebrow.
I'm envious because I cannot do that. I'm truly envious. It's just.
Apparently he got it for me. Apparently he has full facial control. He'll just do his poop face. Like we figured out his poop face. His poop face is that he'll start to his brow will furrow much like his father's, and he'll look to his right, he'll look to his left, and like Sometimes there's a noise, sometimes there isn't. He'll do the and then explosion.
You had me at
Yeah. In case there wasn't any doubt that this is my boy.
Oh man!
My wife had done so much research about this because we're gonna try to potty train him as soon as we start figuring out okay, we don't know his pee face yet. So he just goes. Yeah. There is no pee face. It's just it's dirty rotten scoundrels. It's like, may I go to the bathroom? Yes. Thank you.
Oh my, it's so warm in here. Wow. Your turn.
Yeah, grandma-in-law, her mom, they got us the cloth diaper service. We got 6 months where they're just going to deliver us cloth diapers every week. So that's been fun. That's been a lot better than the Huggies or the whatever, because those things did not contain poo explosions at all.
Oh.
At least these mostly contain them. If it escapes the diaper, it gets into they have these cool diaper holders. It's amazing science. Baby science is advanced, even though this seems like an old thing. The cloth diaper, but the thing that holds the cloth diaper is amazing. The poor things are stained forever, but
oh yeah, no, you'll never use those again.
No, but the diaper holder, we're still using them. Those diapers, the cloth diapers, we ship them off. They gave us a little genie that has a little deodorizer inside. Boom.
Oh,
as soon as he dumps one art, boom. I'm just like, Kobe.
If heaven exists, the guy who made the diaper genie, along with the thong, they're going hands down. There's no way that the guy who invented the diaper genie is going to hell.
Yeah, no way. But yeah, no, that's been fun. The cloth diapers have done a pretty good job of holding the poop. Pee, nah. my wife, I was she has I don't know if she's put it on Twitter, but she's it's every day I begin, there's pee somewhere. I don't know where, but there's pee somewhere. It's gonna be either on her PJs, on her bed, on her blanket. We don't know. There's
not
pee somewhere.
I don't envy.
I pop every time she makes that joke. I'm like, damn, honey, yeah, my mom's hilarious. She there is pee somewhere.
I don't envy you at all.
The first time I discovered it, I was wearing thankfully I was wearing one of my red shirts, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh look, oh thanks, buddy. Ryan Tanaka asked, have you faced any projectiles during diapers? I have been so hyper aware. I have been peed on. He peed on me at the doctor.
Oh yeah, that's.
But now I am so freaking ready. I'm at the ready. I was worried yesterday when there's multiple poo explosions. I'm like, this fool's gonna shotgun my ass because one of Rosa's friends, like we wanted to go visit them like a few months ago. Like they just had a kid, and they were telling us how like their little boy just like they looked the wrong way, and all of a sudden,
then you
like,
deserve that.
No, it didn't get him, but like they turned around and saw like, how did it get on the curtain?
Oh yeah.
He's like, they're this little gas pipe. They're tiny little people that produce so much gas. But I have not run into a projectile yet. He did, like when we were using the regular ass Huggies or whatever. He had the poo vortex up the back.
I still don't know how that happens.
The amount of gas inside these little kids, you know, if they're like...
It's like a soda bottle. You just shake them and just, when you open it up.
Yeah. But like he had it up the back twice. With the cloth diapers, it just like, that cloth diaper just absorbs it. It's like, nope. Like no poo, like I have not seen a poo explosion go up the back. Sides, yes, but not the amazing up the back stories I've heard from many parents.
Myself included.
But no, I thought he was gonna get me yesterday during one of the poo explosions because I was changing and I'm like, oh no. It's like I'll have like the other diaper like already at the ready and I'm like no, yeah. Or like I stopped I stopped the piss blast once with the wipey. I was like, nope, not gonna get me, buddy.
Dude, you literally I tell people all the time,
what?
If you have a boy, stand to the side. It's Mr. Miyagi. The best way to avoid a punch is to not be there. You don't have to block if you're not in the way.
Well, unfortunately, the way we have our changing table set up, like I don't really have that option unless I don't want to change them.
Oh, well, that's what you get, little tiger. You're just gonna have to, walk that one off. I don't know what to tell you. You ain't gonna pee on me. That's bullshit here.
But yeah, the last two Sundays, like, because the last Sunday was the Royal Rumble, and like I was watching the Rumble with him, but like watching it on my phone while holding him.
Yeah.
That was the fun part. And then this past Sunday yesterday watching the Superb Owl with him. But again, the big difference was I had the rocking chair. So many times, once he got all the gas and poop out of the system, he was cool, and we'd just be sitting there. Just have him sit on my lap, two little homeboys, watching foosball. And yeah, no, he was pretty relaxed. Thankfully, he did not cry through my favorite commercial of yesterday. It was the Jeep commercial with Bill Murray. Groundhog Day. I love that movie.
Fantastic commercial. And,
like I'd already seen I guess nowadays in this internet age, I guess most of the commercials were already spoiled. They were already out on the internet like for the last couple days.
I didn't watch them. I waited until the Super Bowl.
Yeah, same here. I saw some still images. I saw the still image of Bryan Cranston, doing the freaking Shining. But ironically, I missed that commercial during the diaper change. I was this is the point where I was trying to change the diapers during the game. I'm like, you know what?
We're just gonna have to wait.
The commercials are more interested in the game. It wasn't until the second half, or the second half of the game was much more interesting than the
second
first half
of the fourth quarter, when all of a sudden it's like, wait, what happened?
All of a sudden the 49ers forgot how to run the football. But I will defend them on one thing. It wasn't the lack of running the football. It was like that one false start that they got
that they
ruined everything.
Get called.
No, they got called in a false start. And they went from 1st and 10 to 1st and 15. All of a sudden, they can't run the ball anymore. And that's why I was like, oh, why did they pass 3 times in a row? I'm like, because one of the fat offensive linemen went, oh, no.
I was talking about the one the false start that the Chiefs didn't get.
Oh, you mean the offsides where they went.
Where it's like, I think dude was literally where the ball was going. Motherfucker, what?
Yeah, that one Chief was like he was across the line. No, yeah. But everything hinges on a couple of plays,
And then that touchdown where he was clearly out of bounds, but hey, whatever.
Yeah. I was like, I was explaining to the wife, I'm like, yeah, this is why I stopped really caring about football. It's like bullshit like this, where it's like, it's not clear, and they don't know, and they're just gonna say, fuck it.
Yeah.
It's like, they're like, this is when I've stopped caring. I'm like, I watched yesterday more for the commercials and the halftime show, because, I mean.
That was a goddamn good halftime.
That was an entertaining ass halftime show. Me and the wife spent the whole time was like, Shakira's not 43.
Shit.
She's defying science.
Her and Jennifer Lopez.
Jennifer Lopez ain't 50. Nah, these are lies. These are lies. They're using a time machine or something.
That time machine is called exercise. All the goddamn time.
Because even I saw Shakira on a Facebook Live yesterday morning, and she don't look a day over 25. And the whole time she was performing, it was just like, nah. There are dancers that are half her age, and she was just like schooling them.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, yeah, it was cool. And Rosa, being the costume designer she was just like mesmerized with everything that was going on, with all everything that she loves, all the dancing. And so it was cool. Yeah, I can't hate it. Apparently, white men. Which meme? You were posting some memes, but no, one of my buddies posted a great meme. It was like he posted like white man watching the Super Bowl halftime show. Like it showed one of the kids from Big Mouth was wearing a MAGA hat and crying while masturbating.
God, I love that show so much.
It was like crying while masturbating. I shouldn't be wagging it to this. MAGA.
Yes. The thing that bothered me so much about the criticisms of
all the Karens and all the freaking
and that's what I said
coming out and saying I can't believe they allow such scantily clad women. Like, have you seen the sidelines of the games, the other 300 and some odd games that where you got, and here come your Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders.
But here's the thing though, okay, and here's where the hypocrisy bothers me. Those same women who are complaining about highly paid super hot chicks shaking their ass, which is awesome. I don't care where you're coming from, okay? Bitch, if you are not happy with that shit, why don't you get in shape and shake your ass like that for your husband, and you'll be too busy getting dick to be able to complain about that shit. 2, okay? Have you seen what whores are wearing these days? And by whores, I mean your teenage daughters. Editor's note: the views expressed here do not reflect Dre's GP podcast. They reflect the insanity that is Jai Polidor and Jai Polidor only. I've seen what teenage girls wear, and believe you me, Jennifer Lopez was dressed very conservatively to the way many of you have your little girls walking out of the house in the goddamn wintertime. And never mind summer.
Side note, Shakira was cosplaying, or dare I say, Disney bounding her character from Zootopia. That was all over Twitter today. I was laughing. I was like, oh, it didn't even dawn on me like they showed, because like she was a giraffe in Zootopia.
A gazelle.
A gazelle.
I'm Gazelle, and welcome to Zootopia.
Yeah, she was an animal, and then she literally was wearing the exact same outfit.
Yeah.
And I thought that was hilarious. I don't know. I don't know if that was on purpose, but
it was.
It was on purpose.
It was on purpose.
Oh, okay. I'm glad it wasn't just some weird coincidence.
But that's the thing. It's like the hypocrisy was disgusting, as hypocrisy is.
And I saw another great meme where they were exposing hypocrisy. Where like, because was last year? Was it Maroon 5?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, shirtless Adam.
Look, dude, this is how
Adam,
it works.
whatever his name is.
White women, and I apologize to white women who do not think this way. Y'all got to stop fucking up shit, all right? Because you guys can't sit here and complain. And this goes way back as I'm going to go as far back as Twilight, because you goddamned white women sat here and complained about pedophiles and all this other shit, but then Jacob, what was the dude's name? Taylor Lautner, was 15, and because he looked like Brad fucking Pitt, you whores didn't care. Go fuck yourselves. 2, when the 50 Shades of Horrors came out, Christian Grey got raped by a woman when he was 15, and you guys were like, that's okay, because I'd fuck him too. Fuck you again, you whore bitches. So now all of a sudden, Adam Levine goes out here, and he's coming out here. Tiger, I apologize if fuck is one of your first words.
He can't hear you right now.
Oh, good. So then Adam Levine comes out here with no shirt on, and you guys are sitting here waving your panties in the air like you're at a goddamn Teddy Pendergrass concert.
Free the nipple.
At a goddamn Teddy Pendergrass concert in the late 70s, and you have no problem with this. But a bitch with curves comes out here, and all of a sudden, oh no, this is disgusting. I can't believe that someone would do this. Have you seen, I reiterate, how your own children are dressed? Now there are, and as the father of a daughter, I understand that clothes for girls come in 2 sizes, whore and Hillary Clinton. I get it. Okay? I do. I understand there's no middle ground here. Okay, but let's not shit in a circle and call it a donut and say that, oh my God, I can't believe that they're wearing this in front of people. Because newsflash, your daughter's probably 15 years old and giving up neck at the parking lot. So let's not, come on. It's the hypocrisy is disgusting, and you should all be ashamed of yourself. And the only thing worse than all the Karens that are out there are the old white people and the religious zealots, and those come in all colors. I'm not going to even limit that shit to white people.
Fundamentalist Christians.
Stop it now. You wrap your fucking daughters in burqas, and then you can fucking have a right to complain.
Fundamentalist Christians. Oh look at all this wonderful violence. Violence is fine. Oh no. A midriff.
I've been saying for years, if science really gave a shit about sexuality in America, they would have, look, if we can have time release on Tekken characters, we should have, like, put something in the water, Flint, Michigan, we should put something in the water to where women don't develop until they turn 18. I can't tell how old she is. Well, she has no tits and ass. She's clearly underage. Ta-da! Problem solved.
I'm not going to touch that.
Don't.
At all.
Don't. Wow, look at all the curves on her. And then you wake up one morning, kabam, happy birthday, flump.
So the halftime show was a thing.
The halftime show was awesome, especially that part where both of them shook their asses at the same time.
That was, I do have to say, that was pretty cool. That was pretty awesome. Although, I forgot, I don't know who it was that shared. It was a great Photoshop of, like, Shakira standing there with the hand puppet. What's her face? Jennifer Lopez.
I did not see that meme.
I'll have to send it to you. It's like Shakira holding out her hand, and it's like the Cartman hand puppet. Taco burrito, I love tacos. And I was dead. I was like, wow. I was like, I haven't watched South Park in a long time, but I remember that.
Uh-huh.
I remember Cartman doing the hand puppet Jennifer Lopez. Someone photoshopped that. Where like,
I didn't see that. Yeah, you gotta
I'll send it to you. It was pretty great. My buddy Matt shared it on Facebook, and I was like, I'm sending it because my boss at work, he's a big South Park guy. So I was like, I gotta send it. Was funny because like I sent it to him, and then he's like, what's the joke? I'm like, bro, come on, you're the one referencing South Park all the time. I thought you'd be the one who'd get this immediately. Dude, it's J-Lo. He's like, oh. I guess I don't think he watched the Super Bowl, so I think he didn't understand the context of why is Shakira holding a hand puppet. It's like, he's like, is it Mr. Hanky? I'm like, no. Taco burrito.
He said, is it Mr. Hanky? I am done with you.
Quote unquote. I'm only here to speak the truth. That's what I do here. I speak the truth. What can I do? And then, yeah, the game was the game, and then I loved how the fact that that dude just basically broke the Madden curse forever. And then although I saw something online where it's like he didn't break the Madden curse, it was the Niners got stuck with Drake because Drake was wearing a Niners thing. So that's what. Taco flavored kisses. That's right. Thank you, Daniel Wong. I couldn't remember the other nonsense.
I think my favorite meme that I saw was the reason why Tom Brady bought that Hulu ad was so that he could be in the Super Bowl. Done.
Yeah, that one. That ad was kind of like I was like sitting there going, okay. I'm like Rose is like, what just happened? I'm like, I'm not even gonna explain the dumb commercial. It was just dumb. It's just dumb.
But speaking of Tom Brady.
What about Tom, who the Raiders apparently going to try to sign?
Which is exactly what I wanted to talk about. Because if you think about it, part of the reason that everybody in the state of California hates Tom Brady with a deep, fiery, burning passion is because of that one game long ago when the Raiders were robbed of a Super Bowl win. Thanks to the infamous Tuck Rule.
Tuck Rule.
Are you motherfuckers gonna welcome Tom Brady with open arms? I'm just curious. Inquiring minds want to know. Will you?
I didn't even put that together till you said it right now. Because I kept seeing the thing like the Raiders are gonna pursue if Tom Brady if he does not get his $30 million from the Patriots for being an old man quarterback, he'll go elsewhere, and the Raiders are very fuck you, whatever car your name is, we're gonna fucking go with.
I mean, again, it's
TB12.
As old as Tom Brady is, fuck you, Tom Brady.
Methuselah.
He's still Tom fucking Brady.
Yeah.
I mean, as much
but
as
he's not gonna have a friggin' Darth Belichick to cheat. I mean, to strategize for him.
Oh, it's so cold in here all of a sudden.
We're on to video review. I mean, we're on to Cleveland.
But I'm saying, like, I'm genuinely wondering that. Are all you Raider fans going to be like, oh, man, Tom Brady, bitches. Yeah, welcome to the Raiders. Raider Nation, baby. Or you can be like, man, fuck the Raiders.
I mean, you have lived in Los Angeles as long as I have, Mr. J.T. Polidor. You know the typical Raider fan ain't going to give a fuck.
The typical Raider fan is
they're like, all right, man, we got fucking Tom Brady, we gonna win the Super Bowl. And then by week 8, when they're winning, say, oh, fuck Tom Brady, fuck, man, what the fuck, man?
When even Tom Brady can't save the Raiders from being the Raiders.
Nah, it's like I forget who. It was this one. It's someone in a rock band. I heard him on the Jim Rome show years ago, and he's like, "Oh, the Raiders are one injury away from being good," and it's Al Davis dying.
Yeah, remember when that happened, and you guys were like, Al Davis is finally dead. Now we can be good again, and you were still wrong.
Nah. It's like, unfortunately for Raider fan, his son, who apparently gets his hair cut with a bowl, a literal bowl, took over and is just as crazy pants as his dad. Side note, when I hate to speak ill of the dead here, but there was remember how I worked at a comic book shop over in Monterey Park?
Yeah.
There was a cleaners across it was Kitty Corner. It wasn't across the street, but it was right nearby. I remember my boss was telling me, oh, Al Davis had all of his stuff sent to that cleaners. And he would frequently shit himself because, he was very old and he was very incontinent. So his Raider jumpsuits would frequently have giant shit stains. And I was like, that's a weird fact to know.
Fun fact.
And I like to share that. Anytime Al Davis comes up, I like to talk about how he shat himself in his cool Raider jumpsuits. Because he'd always be wearing those Raider jumpsuits. And they would be sent to this Asian cleaner in Monterey Park that, I guess maybe he thought they'd keep quiet about it. But clearly, they didn't.
Okay, who's at fault here? All right. Who's really getting the shit and, pun intended, of the stick in this situation? Not Al Davis, because he's old and he's wealthy as fuck, so he can afford to shit himself.
He can afford to just ruin all these jumpsuits, but I guess you would think he'd be rich enough to just dispose of them and just buy new ones. But no, they move. I don't know where I don't know if they moved back up to Oakland or if he's still operated out of here, or I don't know if they just. Do they stick them in a bag and ship them down here to Monterey Park? And
why do you not wash them out?
I don't know.
Why? I wouldn't want shitty clothes. I'm a parent. We've all, and those of you who are parents, we've all been there. You're minding your own business, and your kid doesn't make it to the bathroom in time, and now you're not gonna have a kid with a shitty kid in your car or in Target or whatever. You're gonna run them to the bathroom. You're gonna either wash their clothes off real fucking quick, real fucking good, and then put them back in the car and go home. Whatever you were trying to get, you got to go back. That's just the way it's gonna be.
Although, side note, I have to say, I've been wanting to tweet this out, but I can't believe how quickly I've become accustomed to poop and pee. I'm just I am unfazed.
Oh yeah, bodily fluids no longer
unfazed. I'm like, oh, okay, shit yourself. Oh wow, that's a cute little shark you did there, Tiger. All right, let's take care of that.
Yeah, 6 months ago you were like, this is the nastiest shit I've ever seen. Now you're like, whatever, dude.
Yeah, like let's say if Sam had handed me JoJo to change the diaper, I'd be like, ah, or like you back in the day, if you handed me Noah to change his diaper way back when, 14, 13 years ago when he was still a baby. I'd be like, oh no, oh poo, ah, yeah. Ooh. Now it's just like, I'm like nose deaf to it.
I remember, speaking of that, a long time ago, I hope my son's not watching this. He was like 1.5 years old. You were at my house, and he's on the couch, and he just peed. And he just pisses on the couch cushion. And I remember the look on your face, you're like, you just gonna let him piss on your couch, huh? You're not gonna even do shit about that. You're just gonna let your child just piss on the couch.
I wish I could remember this.
And then I bet you probably just expecting people to sit on your little pee couch, which I'm never sitting on that fucking couch again. I might not even come to your house anymore. That was the look on your face. And I'm looking back at you.
Horrified. You don't know.
And I'm looking back at you like it's either one of two things. I can either let him pee in this one spot where I can control it,
contained,
or I can walk him to the bathroom and just have piss just going everywhere. And I'm just like,
it took me 14 years, but I get it now.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember this. I don't remember this. I'm glad you do. You have the memory of an elephant.
No, I don't. I don't remember shit.
Well, you remember.
My woman wins all the arguments. But
you clearly remember things that are hilarious.
Oh, that fucking shit is gold. I don't tell that story in front of Noah because he doesn't think it's funny.
It's good that he doesn't watch this.
Yeah, he keeps wanting to come to the show. He's like, "Can I go with you?" I was like, "No, this is grown folk stuff." But I won't go. Tough.
We can talk Fortnite with him.
Yeah,
I can put him on here and we'll talk Fortnite, and I'll get kicked off of YouTube for putting a minor on the internet.
Yeah, no kidding.
Facebook, I don't know how they feel about it, but This video is. I have all the videos when I upload them to YouTube. This is not for kids.
Yeah, Facebook be like, put the little filter on it where it's like, you have to. This might be graphic, some shit.
Now, let me see. Wow, we have tap dance. Like, it's so easy to just tap dance here with you. All right, so let's talk some video games for a little bit. Something we would have started the show on time today, but Jai was aghast that I had not seen the new trailer for the Final Fantasy VII remake.
Because he's a goddamn communist.
Apparently, in this respect, I am a communist because as a former executive producer or excessively long executive producer Sam Zio, like, he's a big fan of Final Fantasy VII, as are you. I am not. I played through 7, back in the day. What was that, 1997?
1997.
It was 1997 when the PlayStation 1, when it was just the PlayStation.
Yeah.
It wasn't even the PS1, it was just PlayStation. And we're playing the hell out of that, and then, I never want to play that game ever again in any way, shape, or form.
Man, I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
But I always like back then it was a communal experience for me because I was like kind of still primordial internet, so you really couldn't look up too much. I mean, or you could, you just had to use up all your AOL minutes to look it up.
Oh man, lots of fact pages were printed out. Thank you, GameFAQs.
Yeah, exactly. So it was very communal because like me and my buddies at the comic shop, we all were taking turns with my PlayStation and my like I was like, all right, it's my PlayStation, but like 3 or 4 of us were all playing it together. We'd all take turns. Mm-hmm. All I remember is saying, "Hey, that's a huge materia," like so many times. Because I believe the boss after that was quite difficult, and so we ended up having to see like, "Hey, that's a huge materia. Hey, it's a huge materia." And my Ryan Takatani would always make fun of that. He'd always like turn to, "Hey, Roger, that's a huge materia."
Oh God, which boss was that?
I don't worry. All I remember, it was a difficult boss. I think it casted Meteor a lot. Something along those lines, and it was just we just like whoever it was kept dying. And I remember like I was like before that I was just like I'm gonna go level up here for a while before I get to that.
It was so
back in the days where you just power grind. I'm like, this is power grind.
So much grinding, and that's what I'm wondering. Like, are they still gonna have the grinding in the game, or they?
That's right. It's not gonna be the same game. I mean, it's gonna be the same plot. I'm like, like I was just joking while we were watching the trailer. I was like, I'm just gonna look up all the cutscenes on YouTube if I want to experience, because it looks. I mean, obviously, it's gonna look a lot better than the watching the polygons. Oh, let's hit the button at the same time.
And here's the thing, like I was explaining to Noah, actually today as I picked him up from school, because he was watching the Nightmare on Elm Street remake.
Oh, okay.
And so I'm telling him, if you think about it, the comparisons from remakes, if you compare remakes to the originals, like Godzilla King of the Monsters, that was one of the greatest movies of all time. But what it did was it filled in the gaps that your 10-year-old mind, that the imagination of a normal 10-year-old would have had. You gave 10-year-old Jai $175 million. That's the movie that he'd have made.
Yeah, imagine. Oh, no.
You know, if you look at the Final Fantasy VII remake, it's gonna be the same plot.
Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Yeah, it's the same plot, same beats and whatnot, but graphically it's filling in all the gaps that your imagination had to fill in.
Right.
Oh wow, this game looks so real. You didn't see square hands. You saw, Squaresoft did their best to put emotion in those characters.
Yeah.
Your imagination filled it in. But
well, see, it was more like I think I felt that much more when I played 4, 5, and 6 because like my brain did feel all that like even though like it was all like 16-bit and like kind of cute, it was like, oh cool, like this was still a really emotional stuff. It's just like. And no, when I played through, I'm not gonna say me playing through 7 back in 1997 wasn't fun. Like I enjoyed it. I went through the journey. I was the only one of my little group that I actually went up and fought freaking the Emerald. I remember going back to the comic shop at 11 o'clock because I was like, I'm gonna do it. And then I went back to the comic shop at 11 o'clock. A couple of other friends came with me, and I beat. I got the underwater materia and beat that stupid emerald weapon, and then later on it was like I built freaking a poor freaking Cloud to stand up to the freaking ruby weapon and fought it solo, even though like people, if you revive the other characters or you do some other bullshit.
Yeah, I figured that out after I beat him. I was like, wait.
I beat him solo. I beat him with just Cloud and
Knights of the Round. Lots of Knights of the Round.
Yeah, it was Knights of the... No, what was it?
Omni Slash and Knights of the Round.
Because there was something where like he would immediately
because he did World's End. And he would stick his
no,
tentacles
but I'm just saying no. But like no, if you hit him with a certain summon, he would do like freaking Ultima. I found an item where it let you dodge Ultima. It was like a Jade something or other. It was like it was an accessory or an armor. It was called Jade something, and it would dodge Ultima. It would just be like I don't know if it was you hit him with Bahamut Zero, he would give you Ultima, or if you hit him with Knights of the Round, he would do Ultima. But whichever one of those triggered Ultima, I would do it on purpose. And then, for whatever reason, this item, I don't know if it was the accessory or the armor, like, Ultima would come, and then you'd see the little dodge. And I'm like, I don't know how I'm dodging Ultima, but this is how I'm going to beat Ruby Weapon. And I sat there for however long it took, either it was Knights, or it was something else, and I had, MP Absorb and whatever, that way I could just consistently keep casting it over and over. And it was like, I sat there and I beat his ass with just Cloud.
This is literally my you can punch the bullets moment.
Yeah, there was an item where I don't know why. I don't know, it was some glitch in the game or some combination of freaking materia and or this armor where how could you dodge Ultima? Ultima is supposed to be the ultimate spell. It's the giant green orb of...
I love that.
But yeah, for whatever reason, it would be like, he'd cast, the other two, Tifa and Sid would be dead. And then Cloud would just be right there. And he'd be like, dodge. And I'm like, what just happened? Like, 17, 18-year-old me was like, okay, we're going to run with this. Either Bahamut Zero, because, I forget which one. One of those would trigger Ultima. Like, one didn't. And I'm like, oh, we want to use that.
Yeah, Knights of the Round was the one that did.
Okay, so it must have been Knights of the Round. Because I remember other people were like, oh, we can't use Knights because he does Ultima. So you got to use Bahamut Zero to beat him. And I'm like,
Bahamut Zero took way
too long because it was just one hit of 9999. Where Knights of the Round, if you leveled
13
up,
bitches.
it was 13 999s.
Oh,
so because you had to get to that million HP.
Oh.
It was a million HP. So yeah, because I actually, that's right. One of my friends, he was using Bahamut Zero, and I'm like, nah, dude, just use Knights, and and I was like, it was like this Jade something or other. There was like a piece of armor. It was like it was Jade something. Yeah, because I remember like, oh, for whatever reason, I happen to have that on, and I always just attribute it to that. I'm like, all right, it must be something of this armor. Is just like, Cloud would just do his cute little dodge motion, like miss. It'd be like miss, like why is Ultima missing? I'm like,
don't care. Not gonna look
I don't know. I don't know, but cast Knight mimic mime. Oh no, I couldn't mime because I guess
you could mime.
Mime yourself.
Yeah,
you could mime yourself. Like mime, HP absorb, MP absorb.
Yeah, that's.
And then friggin' what, 10 or 12 castings of, because I don't know if my Knights was all the way leveled up. Like 10 or 12 castings of Knights of the Round, Ruby weapons down. I'm like, yay, I did it.
Here's experience.
I am
one guy.
For one character. And I am bred a bunch of chocobos to do this. Yay! I spent a million gil on Gasol greens. And I am bred a bunch of chocobos. Just so I can go, it's a gold chocobo. Because you had to have the gold chocobo to get to Ruby weapon. God, I did that for 7. And I did that for 8. I beat Ultima Weapon, and Ultima Weapon was a goddamn bitch.
Oh my god, do not get me started on Ultimate Weapon in part 8.
And then 9 was the freaking the Orb of Death. Ozma, where I used the chef to beat him.
I beat him?
I used the chef dude that no one ever used. Like that weird
Queena. I loved her. I never used her, but I loved her.
Yeah, I used Queena against Ozma.
Wow, how'd you pull that off?
I read it somewhere.
I know.
It was like that was the trick. You had to keep cooking shit. You're like, all right, cool. I bought all the ingredients. I'm like, all right, here you go. Fuck you. Ozma dies. I'm like, okay, that was a thing. All right, because I loved beating the optional in my youth.
Had time.
When I had time, where I was working at a comic book store, and I had 8 hours to myself because my boss was like, oh, you would just leave. I'm like, all right, cool. We're gonna play games today.
And that was one of my problems with Kingdom Hearts 3 was. The optional boss, well, one, it wasn't Sephiroth, but that was because there were no. It was a Heartless.
There was no Final Fantasy character, not until the down DLC that comes out like next week or whatever. Then they're gonna add in Final Fantasy characters again.
That should have been in the game.
But who was the optional boss?
It was some heartless guy. Who
Really?
He looked like...
it wasn't even like a Disney character?
Nope.
It was just some heartless that was really strong?
Yep.
That's no fun.
Some really strong
That's like
heartless.
that. It's like that one whack friggin' optional boss in Kingdom Hearts 2. That was like
Kurt Zisa. No, that was in the first one. Who was it in part 2?
it was some weird like thing. It was like a thingamabob.
I know I beat it
Who's
because
it? What's it?
I 100%ed that game. But I don't... It was... Jesus Christ.
Yeah, because remember I did it because I had to do it because I didn't play on proud modes. Like I had to beat all the optional things.
Mm-hmm.
Like I played it on regular and to get the whatever weird cutscene that didn't make sense for 13 years.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh, Kingdom Hearts.
The most fun you'll ever have being disappointed. That's Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah. My old roommate, he just played 3. I don't think he ever got around to playing 1 or 2, and he just played 3, and I think he was just perfectly fine because of all the summons.
Yeah, dude, the summons were great. I loved them. Every time I was on a Disney ride, it was like I was like, wow, this is so much fun, and I hate Disneyland. Mm-hmm. It's just like, hooray, we're on Big Thunder Mountain.
I got 20 minutes into that game, and I played 5.
Yeah.
It took me an hour to download everything. Before that, and once I finally got to playing it, it was like, all right, cool, cutscene, and then let me play for a minute, and then okay, another cutscene.
So
I get to play another minute, and then another cutscene, and I'm just like, power off, putting a movie on. If I'm not going to be interactive, I'm just going to choose to not be interactive and watch something else.
Yeah.
Being very frustrated. I'm like, I finally carved out some gaming time to play this game, and I'm not enjoying it.
And which is a wonderful segue into what we were originally going to.
Mm-hmm.
We were originally going to talk about as far as gaming news, the Wonderful 101.
Wonderful 101, another game which I get a lot of people bought it.
I got it.
I own it. I bought it literally days before it came out. I remember my little Wonderful 101 store. I literally bought it at Penny Arcade Expo directly from Nintendo. They were selling it for and they had it it was like $48 or something, mm-hmm. And then I was like, all right, cool, you get a free t-shirt with it. I'm like, I'll take this here shirt, cool. I'm like, I love Wonderful 101 because it reminded me of Beautiful Joe, and we love Beautiful Joe.
Oh, I love that.
Oh yeah, Hideki Kiyama, the angriest man on Twitter.
Man, he bans people at the drop of a hat.
And so the people who made that game, Wonderful 101, the game was on Nintendo's most disaster. Oh well, I don't know, Virtual Boy, Wii U. I don't know which was the biggest disaster.
The Virtual
Boy. But Virtual Boy, well actually no, Virtual Boy was following the Game Boy, and the Wii U was following the Wii. Well, I guess Virtual Boy is probably the bigger disaster because they pulled the plug on that right away.
Yeah,
they let the Wii U die in a vine.
Yeah.
But yeah, Wonderful 101 came out, and I remember playing it, and I'm being incredibly frustrated with that game.
And that was the thing because I don't think I played that game for more than an hour.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't figure out what
all
to
the
do.
Stuff that you had to do because you're like, oh, you gotta do the circles on the touchpad. You gotta do, all right, oh, we gotta make the fist. All right. So
the tutorial on the game was terrible.
Mm-hmm.
The instructions were completely inconclusive.
Yeah.
So you're literally just like,
what do I do? And it was just it was like the ultimate in figure it out.
Yeah.
You're gamers. You guys figure this stuff out. But if you make it completely opaque, I don't understand what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to turn all my people into a fist and fist who? And so yeah, I don't know if you saw. Oh yeah, you did. You talking you read that interview with Inaba-san and Kiyama-san where they talk about we fucked that one up.
Yeah, it's
the easy mode was still incredibly hard and. People because he said he watched his kid try to play the game, and they didn't understand what the hell's going on. They just gave up, and it's that's what literally happened with everyone who bought that game, unless you were a crazy person who sat and figured it out. And
the bad thing is, to me, it's one thing to go to YouTube to figure out how to fight a boss, which I've done.
I've done that. I'm
River City Girls, but
I still need to get that game.
Dude, it's so much fun.
Mm-hmm.
So fun. Abobo from Double Dragon is the boss. Is the boss that I'm stuck on right now, and he keeps handing me my ass. But we'll. All right.
Yeah. But yeah, go looking up how to do something. That's what you do now. Before there used to be strategy guides. Now you just go on the internet.
But when you need to look up how to play the game because the game does not tell you how to play the game, then there's a problem.
There's a huge problem. So I guess they recognize that. So this is Platinum Games. It's their first Kickstarter, and allegedly they might do 4 of them because they started what's called the Platinum 4, which I don't know if it's like they're gonna do 4 Kickstarters or they're gonna just try to like bring back 4 games or they're gonna make 4 games or whatever.
Please bring back Beautiful Joe.
They can't. Well, unless they get.
No, because Capcom owns that.
Well, Nintendo allowed them to make Wonderful 101. I'm sure Nintendo saw no value in the IP, so I'm sure they were like, whatever, go lose money.
Yeah.
I don't know if the steel heart of Capcom will be so kind, like, we put Beautiful Joe in our Versus games. Oh, we don't know about that.
Yeah, but nobody played Joe after like the first month. He was cool, and then everybody figured out that the boomerang was easy to get around. And then the god tier characters, Morrigan, Wesker, and Storm, no one cared after that. It was like, all right.
I didn't even bother playing those Versus games.
Oh, it was fun. It was a great game. It just, like all fighting games, everybody will inevitably end up picking the same character.
It's like back the last fighting game I actually played a long time. Every game was like people yelling at my son, Tiger, 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 Tiger knee, Tiger uppercut, Tiger uppercut. It's all Sagat versus Sagat, or Sagat versus Ken, or Ken versus Sagat.
Pretty much.
That's Street Fighter 4. That's the last time I actually like invested time to a fighting game.
I mean, Dragon Ball FighterZ.
I played that for like 10 minutes.
I love that game so much.
It was fun.
It's so Dragon Ball.
But I never got back to it.
It's.
I think we streamed it on like the third. Well, hold on. It was an early episode of the Oh no. It was like a episode like 48 of the podcast. I remember we streamed it. It actually is still one of the most listened to because like the second half is just me screaming Dragon Ball abridged voices while Kiet and Josh were playing the game. I'm like, you guys play. I'm just gonna do the voices. God damn it!
It's such a fun game, and the storyline is actually something that I would love for them to do in Dragon Ball Super.
I thought they incorporated that character in the Super already into the manga. I think they incorporated that character. Android 21 is
21. Yeah.
From what I heard, they incorporated her into the manga. I don't know if they're going to incorporate her into the anime.
They put her in. Oh God, what is it?
The new game, that Kakarot game? Kakarot?
No, Xenoverse. They put her in Xenoverse.
Oh, really?
Okay. They put her in Xenoverse too. I've heard that she's in the Dragon Ball Z Kakarot.
Mm-hmm.
She's not in the manga yet. I think that would be great if they took the story from the game and made it a manga. We'll see how that goes right now, because right now Goku and Vegeta are just too fucking powerful.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's one of those things where, again, everybody ends up playing the same characters. Everybody's, especially with Sonic Fox ruling the game as it is, him and Goichi, and everybody's pretty much the same character. You might have 1 or 2 character deviations, but
I feel like we've tangented pretty hard here from.
Yeah, sorry everybody, my bad.
We went into fighting game talk a little too deeply there. So this game, Wonderful 101, came out back in like 2013 or 2014. I forget. I remember.
Was it that?
2013. Yeah, no, it was 2013 when they came out. I was trying to think. When was the last time I went to Seattle? 2013. That's when it came out. And so today it was just announced, like, they're doing a Kickstarter. They're going to do a remastered version where they acknowledge, we're going to fix the problems of the original game. Apparently, they already were working on a Nintendo Switch version, and they already got permission from Nintendo to do a Switch version. They did a Kickstarter, like, okay, we want to see if we can do more. If we get to $250,000, we'll do a Steam version. If we get to $500,000, they'll do a PS4 version, and there's more stretch goals. And within the first 2 hours, they got to $500,000. I was watching it at work. I was like, because I forgot one of my other friends, Andy Vasquez, was tweeting about it. I'm like, what's it? Why is everyone tweeting about Wonderful 101? I click on it. I'm like, it's a Kickstarter. And then one of my coworkers was like, yeah, there's a Kickstarter. Wonderful 101. I don't know why, but there is.
I'm getting it.
Are you doing the digital or the physical?
I get physical copies.
I realized as I started saying the question, I realized we already had this discussion via text. Physical copies because fuck digital.
I mean, and don't get me wrong, there are certain games that you have to own digitally, I guess.
Or you're forced to.
Yeah.
Unless Limited Run does a version, then you'll go and pay like $80 to $100 to get a physical copy of. But I like that it was 36 digital or $41 to get a physical copy of Wonderful 101. Yeah, and I am, and normally I'm a slut for Kickstarters. I supported the Mighty Number 9. I supported Bloodstained.
I liked Bloodstained. Mighty Number 9 was not.
It was not good. So
Bloodstained was good. I liked that game.
Sorry, Inafune, that was not good. That was not a good game. You took 4 years to make a buggy game.
Yeah. Mega Man 11 was good though. Capcom did Mega Man right with Mega Man 11.
Capcom did, but I can't Kenji Inafune, yeah, it's
such hope.
But yeah, I am debating. I don't know. I have 31 days to make up or 30 days to make up my mind if I want to like find $41 to contribute to this. Because if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do a physical copy.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I don't know though. But like, I don't know if I'll get to it. That's the problem. Like that's now like I have a son. I can't just be like pissing $41 away on a game I may or may not ever play. Or yeah, it says we'll get it in April.
April what? 2021.
Yeah.
First of all, even if it does
I remember
come out
when
in April,
Bloodstain was supposed to come out. I was like, that's a good one.
shit. Even if it does come out in April, right now there's only 2 things that matter in April, and unfortunately neither of them are my father and brother's birthday, and that's the new James Bond movie and Final Fantasy VII.
Whew. Where's my coat?
I'm just saying.
Ooh.
I'm just saying, Damon, Dad, I love you guys, but the new
He's
Bond movie's coming out, and Daniel Craig needs to redeem the franchise. And
Final Fantasy allegedly is going to come out.
April 10th.
I'll believe it when I see it.
I don't know why they haven't even done a demo yet. Like,
why would they? Dude,
to get
a demo will like at this point a demo would just hurt sales more than it would help.
Yeah, I guess.
Because you already have the people who are just gonna buy it, no question,
No
without.
question.
No, they are banking on nostalgia. That's why there was such a huge line and such secrecy when they had it playable at E3.
Yeah.
And they only let you do like a couple things or whatever, or like they're keeping it to themselves. They're gonna just let the nostalgia sink in. Like this is the one property Square has like that's very Nintendo-esque. Where like, oh, we can release it and people are just gonna buy it without asking questions. Hi, Animal Crossing. Hi, Pokemon. Dude, I don't know if you saw that statistic. The Pokemon Sword and Shield.
16 million copies in 2 months.
It has outsold any other version of Pokemon.
Yeah, in 2 months.
In 2 months. This thing outsold Red and Blue. This thing outsold Gold and Silver. Holy shit.
Yeah. What is it? XY?
X and Y was the previous, it was like 14 or 15 million.
And that was throughout its entire run.
And in 2 months, it did 16 million copies. People, because again, I love I guess the internet is louder than it actually is. Just loud. The bark is much worse than its actual bite. Yeah. Everyone's like, "Oh,
a very vocal minority."
No, he took all the old Pokemons out. We have to pay to get them back. Yeah, 16 million people said, we don't give a shit. We want to play Pokemon on our Switch.
Yeah. Yeah, like literally.
We don't give a damn about. Sorry, Pikachu. Sorry, Squirtle.
Yeah.
Sorry, Charmander. Bye, Ivysaur. Pieces. Deuces.
I think people have greatly underestimated how awesome it is to be able to take your game on the go.
Yeah, because that's how people had always played Pokemon, but now they can play a console quality Pokemon on the go. So, which is funny because a console Pokemon never really got off the ground. Or they never did one.
They never did one. We've been clamoring for one literally.
I think the closest they ever came was like Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness on the GameCube. Was that even a RPG?
Nope.
And because like everything they did on the consoles was like Pokemon Stadium on the freaking
Detective Pikachu or something like that.
Because there was Pokemon Stadium on the N64, which everyone bought, and then there was Pokemon Coliseum on the GameCube, which I remember that was a big seller back when we worked at the old Gestapo. And then like Pokemon Battle Revolution on the Wii, which people bought, but it wasn't like it was never huge. It was never an actual gotta catch 'em all game. It was more like, hey, import your Pokemon that you already have into the game. And hey, use your Pokemon, yay!
Yeah, that's.
Because I remember that Pokemon Battle Coliseum. That's the one where like, you could play against other people online with your own Pokemon from Diamond and Silver. Oh no, Diamond and Pearl and blah 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 and Black and White,
which were actually fun. Those are. Yeah. I mean, it's not like the Pokemon games aren't fun because they are. It's just I need this shit to go.
Yeah, because it was like. What? Let me see. Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Do you really have all?
Pearl, Diamond, Platinum, White 2, Yeah, I worked there. I worked there the entire DS lifetime, so I have all the DS lifecycle ones. I just happen to have it like right here. I'm like, oh yeah.
I'm not gonna ask how he had it, why he just happened to have it.
I live here, and I just happen to like these are the ones I didn't take to work yet, for whatever reason. I didn't take these to my collection at work. It was just random, like, oh yeah, they're right here. I saw them yesterday. Oh yeah. Get all the black and whites, diamond, pearl, platinum.
Yeah,
that weird looking around Garaga, Gaga.
And that's the thing, like
between the 7 of them, I think I played maybe a total of an hour.
Shit.
The worst Nintendo rep.
I was all over black and white. Those are my games. I played the shit out of those.
Man.
Yeah, give me something portable, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it's great to, I mean, a lot of people will, the vocal minority, will complain that, oh no, it's not 1080p when I play it on the go. It's like, look, dude, all I know is if Sony pulls their head out of their ass and they give me they're somehow able to give me God of War on the go, I shit you not, none of you will matter.
They're just not good at doing portable. Well, no. They're good at making a portable system, but they're not good at supporting it.
Yeah.
They're like Google. They'll make a good idea, but they'll pull the plug on it because, like, we're not making enough money fast enough. Kill it.
Speaking of, have you heard anything about Stadia since it?
What's Stadia?
Yeah, that answers my question.
I saw IGN desperately trying to promote it. Like, they brought in our boy Xavier Woods to try to promote it. There was all these videos. They were aggressively trying to promote it during December. They're like, oh, come on, everybody, come play it. Check it out. Look, you can play your console games on your phone, but guess what? You still have to buy them, but you don't have a physical disc. You just buy a digital code and fuck yourselves. So, like, when I initially had heard of it, I thought it was like, oh, you just pay a monthly fee and you have access to this library of all these AAA console games. No. But then once we actually got closer to release, it's like, oh, no. We're going to let you play Destiny 2 for free. You have to buy Red Dead Redemption again.
Yeah.
You have to buy Assassin's Creed.
Showdown.
You have to buy Samurai Show. You have to buy all these games. Oh, no, they're not going to be cheaper. No, we're going to ask you to pay full price for them.
Yeah.
Whatever the current market rate is for the game. So, like, Red Dead Redemption 2 was still $60, even though it was already a year old at that point.
Yep.
It's like, what? I was like, this makes no sense. It's like, you can play it anywhere. I'm like, I don't care.
Yeah. Nah.
Do I have good enough internet anywhere I go? Can my cell phone play?
Yeah, like...
Is your cell phone, like, one, is your cell phone able to do it? And two, do you have enough bandwidth? I mean, I know everyone touts their unlimited data, but it's not unlimited high-speed data. It's you have X amount of gigs before you're capped. You're capped, and your freaking service provider's like, nah, dog, you can't be doing this.
Yeah,
and even at home, it's the same thing. You have only so many freaking high-speed freaking... gigabytes.
Because even when I'm not downloading movies, King of Fighters uses up a lot of memory, and that thing drains battery life like you would not.
Yeah, it's not it's inconvenient.
Yeah.
It's like, at least on your Switch, you're going to get about like 4 or 5 hours. And you know what? That's good.
That's a good amount of game time.
That's a good session. Yeah, especially once older gamers like us. I'm like, you know what? That's good. You know what? I only need about an hour and a half before I'm tired. I'm like, I'm going to put sleep mode, and it's perfect. It's a home console I can put in sleep. I'm like, oh, this is great. I love it.
I was lucky enough to play. I haven't played in a couple weeks, but the Spider-Man game.
On the PS4?
Yeah, Spider-Man Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, we got the Game of the Year version at work, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll buy it.
You totally should.
I know it's good.
It's so good.
Before I moved out, my roommate was playing the daylights out of it.
Yeah, dude, I put like the last time I played.
It looks like fun.
The last time I played, I put 12 hours in a day. I was just like, my girlfriend's like, you're still playing? I'm like, you're surprised at this?
How were you able to get away with that?
She left the house.
Fair.
She left the house for an entire day. She's like, "What are you doing? Playing Spider-Man?"
I can't do that till my boy's big enough to fit in the baby Bjorn.
Oh yeah.
I don't think he's big enough for the baby Bjorn. Once he's big enough for that, then I'm gonna once I can put him in there and he can just kind of ride along with me. Then yeah.
She took Kiana with her, and I was like, she's like, okay, I'm going to my friend's house. Bye. I'm gonna be playing Spider-Man, and I did. I got up to eat and take a shit.
I realized it wasn't that long ago when I was playing Destiny like that. Or like, Oh, like on a Saturday, I'd get up like at 9, fired up, not eat breakfast. I'm like, all right, are we raiding today? All right, let's go on a raid. I'd go with my buddies, and we go on a raid.
Yep.
And then like we'd struggle on the raid for about 14 hours. I think at some point I'd be like, oh guys, I gotta go downstairs and eat something. I'll be back. Go make like a turkey sandwich. Come back upstairs.
Yeah, that was Spider-Man.
Grab some water. Bring a gallon of water. Like, dunk. It's like, oh, why do I feel so terrible?
Yeah, it's because I haven't moved. And then you stand up, your legs are all...
Like my back was killing me. I realized like I don't have as many back problems because I don't sit and play Destiny for 13 hours a day anymore. It was the worst when I was first unemployed. Oh my god, I was doing that every day.
Unemployment is the worst thing to happen to a gamer ever. I swear to
So
God.
at least back then it was like when I still had the rep job with the tablets. Like I'd work from like 9 to like 5, and I come home from 6 o'clock to about midnight. But I put in about 6 hours.
Yeah. That's a reasonable
6 hours a day.
time.
I was getting my Destiny, and I was like, oh wow, like I'm addicted. And then the weekends I just play all day.
Yep.
And I do nothing else. And it was like I was like, oh wow, I am not that far removed. That was like 3 years ago. That was like before the podcast.
Unemployment is a terrible thing. Oh my God. It's like, what? You mean to tell me I can sit and watch all 11 seasons of that 70s show? Why, yes, Netflix, I will do just that. And yeah, it was bad.
I've been catching that on network TV, catching that 70s show.
Goddamn, that show is hilarious.
I forgot how shitty everyone is in that show.
It's like The Office, only people are actually funny.
Oh yeah. God, upon further review, Office was pretty rough. Okay, well, we actually had this other topic that we wanted. I don't know, but as I thought about it, I don't know if we get more than 5-10 minutes out of it, but you want to give it a shot?
Comedy on social media. Okay, look, here's why comedy on social media doesn't work.
I already gave you the premise. You
as
go
it should.
Yeah.
Because most people have their heads so far up their asses that they don't recognize sarcasm when they see it.
I've heard on several podcasts like if there were a sarcasm font that people could understand, then it'd be if you didn't have to go /sarcasm at the end of something or /comedy, like the premise I told you early this morning when I texted you this, it was like the reason comedy it works when you're at the club, or it works when someone's watching your special or they're watching your TV show, because your intended audience is watching it, and they've already they've entered into the trust of like, oh, I'm watching this because I know it's gonna be funny no matter what he says. The goal of what the comedian or the joke writers are doing is to make me laugh.
Exactly.
I'm not, there is no offense being taken. It's like even like the insult comics when we used to go watch Lisa Lampanelli destroy everyone. It's like we know. It's like, oh, she's not being mean for the sake of being mean. She's being mean because it's hilarious.
Yeah.
It's like the Asian dude getting the small dick jokes, or the freaking Jewish dude getting the Jewish jokes, or the whatever whatever she was doing to annihilate everybody. Like I remember how Sean kept trying to get us closer and closer so that she'd pick one of us.
Sean is evil.
Sean wanted you to be the black dude, or me to be the felon.
I just remember that some smoking hot chick got up in the middle of the show and walked to the bathroom, and she was like, look at this fucking cunt here. Do you know what I'd have to do to get the amount of dick thrown at me that she does on a daily basis?
That's right.
On the floor. Done. Done.
But yeah, see, like I was saying, so in that context, comedy is, I dare say bulletproof. That it works.
Yes.
It's like that's why it works. All these comedians or wannabe comedians jump on social media, be it whatever it is.
Edgy.
Well, it's not even just. It's not even just the edgy. That's the premise is like when you throw it on social media, it's not just going to your audience, it's going to everyone. So it's going to people who it's not intended for, or people who don't understand the trust or the agreement that goes between the audience and the comedian. It's going to go to people who I dare say they might be humorless.
Yes.
They might be they don't understand context or nuance. And that's another thing, is it's also the intonation of just plain text. Like sometimes when you text someone, they don't understand what you mean.
Yep.
And that's why, like, it's very difficult to put joke, because a lot of comedians try to work out the material on social media, and no, it's not the best place to go test out. Like, granted, I try to do stuff to, like, I've always tried, ever since social media exists, I've always tried to put up stuff just to make people laugh. I'll say something ridiculous just because, but then I know, like, on Facebook, I know I'm using my friends. It's not really getting out into the public. You know, Twitter now, I've been doing a lot more Twitter, especially for the podcast, but I realize sometimes, like, some of the stuff kind of like, oh, I'm just throwing stuff out there to be funny, and then sometimes, oh, okay, cool, I get responses, or other times, not so much, but, you know, it is what it is.
Here's a like, here's two.
Yeah, but, it was because, like, I interact with a lot of these wrestling journalists on Twitter lately. I've been, like, just kind of reply. I don't know if the replies go out on my timeline where you see me replying to ridiculous things, where I'm saying
Uncle Cam, I see you responding to all the time.
Yeah. I don't know if people see that, because, like, he says ridiculous stuff, and I just feel compelled. Man, Black Twitter is awesome, man. Yeah. If you don't know what Black Twitter is the greatest thing on earth.
Pretty much. He's not wrong.
You don't know what you're missing. If you don't somehow find your way into Black Twitter, oh man, there's gold in them dark. There are times where I'm just scrolling through, and I just, like, there'll be a joke or a meme or just a GIF in response to something else, and I'm holding myself and, like, oh, sorry.
Literally, Black Twitter is everything the rest of the internet wishes it could be.
It is so amazing.
The memes that you see everywhere else, literally, and I shit you not, pale in comparison to the ones that are on Black Twitter. They do. What you see, oh my god, that meme is so offensive. Bitch, go to Black Twitter and you will see what offensive really is.
Why people couldn't handle Black Twitter.
And the crazy thing is, it's not just offensive. It's not offensive for the sake of being offensive. It's offensive, but it's hilarious at the same time.
Yeah.
Like, the Kobe memes, rest his soul, were literally, we saw those, like, 10 years ago when Paul Walker died. Okay? Rest in peace, Paul Walker. But the ones on Black Twitter, well, there weren't any on Black Twitter.
No, there weren't any on Black Twitter. No, but, like, the savagery that'll happen once the appropriate amount of time the Black Twitter is waiting for.
You are not ready.
I mean, I think they're. I dare say I think Black Twitter is waiting until the memorial happens. Like, once they do whatever they're going to do if they're going to do it at Staples Center or whatever. Once that memorial is over, I feel like that's when the floodgates.
Yeah. Once the moratorium's over, then.
Once the moratorium's over, then the Black Twitter is going to unleash. Because the savagery that I see sometimes. Dude. Like Rose asked me, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, it takes me too long to explain. Yeah. It's like there's some Black Twitter stuff going on.
And I haven't been on Black Twitter in a while, but when oh dear God.
A lot of my podcast follows, like honestly, yeah, just Cameron Hawkins, just him alone. It's just I fall into a Black Twitter hole all the time, because, like, the stuff that he gets himself involved in, like, he is a great follow. I don't know if you started following him now.
Not yet, but he is
an interesting follow.
I will be rectifying that.
I go into some Twitter holes sometimes. It's like, woof.
We did not plan for this hole to be this deep.
It's like,
how am I going to get out of here?
Where am I? Where am I right now? I just kept clicking in reply to reply. That was because, like, he was making a joke because a female, this dude apparently was, like, hollering at a female wrestler, and the female wrestler was like, your bio says you have a wife. What the hell are you doing? And then Cam was like, there's nothing against the law of having a wife and a girlfriend. And then some dude was just like, oh, but it's raining. And then Cam was like, can I just be funny? Yeah. And that's where I was like, nuance, bro. Like, nuance. Some idiots don't understand nuance. So he was like, well, I'm a stand-up comedian. He replied to me, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to walk away now.
Yeah, and you have to. You have to. The second you say something that's...
And that's where I was like, wait, you're a stand-up comedian. You don't understand that Cam was just trying to be funny?
And that's where the difference is in what...
And that's where it occurred to me. I'm like, oh, that's what... Like, Jai's coming on the show Monday. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to at least talk about it for a little bit. Mm-hmm. About how, like, it's just so difficult to,
Like when I said on Facebook today about, the whole halftime show thing, and it's like, and I'm saying it in a stereotypical redneck voice, just like, I can't believe that these coloreds are sitting here with their coming on my TV with their curves and whatnot, and and a friend of mine, he's just like, hey man, I don't want my daughter watching that kind of stuff, regardless. And my, what do you say, my race my ethnicity is irrelevant. And yeah, your ethnicity is irrelevant, but one, we're missing what I'm saying. Like you ruin the joke by taking it too seriously.
Oh, the joke.
Yeah, and
that's the joke.
It and that's the whole point. Like, you have to be able to, when you know a person for a certain amount of time, and I tell people all the time, if you've seen me in person for more than an hour, or you've been on my Facebook page for more than a month, you are no longer allowed to say, I can't believe he said that, because yes, you can.
Yeah.
So, and
He'll
you know me.
He'll do it too.
To the point where, and because in that hour of knowing me personally, you'll pretty much know how I speak. You'll know how my nuances are. You'll know my character. Like, I put it all out there. Mm-hmm. You're on my Facebook page for a month. It's just like, I've got lots of family and friends who are either not on my friends list, or I'm still on their friends list, but, they hide my posts, which is completely understandable. I don't hold it against them. In fact,
you can snooze people. Either you can snooze people permanently, or you can snooze people for 30 days.
I'm probably snoozed permanently for lots of people. And they've told me, they're like, yeah I can't handle your stuff, which is fine. My humor's not for everybody. But if you know going in what to expect, you can't be surprised when somebody says something that you don't like.
And that's where, now, especially the way comedy is being, quote unquote, kind of policed nowadays. It's like, no, that's the
there's no
the gesture has always existed for something. Like, there's a reason why there's always been a jester. There's always been a town crier. There's always, like, in some way, shape, or form, there's always been we need to make light of things in order to get through things sometimes. Or we need to be able, like, if we can't make fun of it, then if we're told we can't make fun of it, that seems very totalitarian. It's like, no.
Yeah.
Like, there are some things that are off limits. Like, yes, I think there are some things that, like, situationally are off limits.
And that's where Ari, whatever his name is, went wrong. Because he wasn't making fun of the situation regarding the helicopter accident that killed Kobe and his daughter and the other 7 people.
Ari Shafir? Did he, is it him? Oh, did he?
He fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay, because he wasn't making fun of the situation. What he said, everything that he said
I didn't hear about this.
Oh, dude.
I've seen some people getting dragged. I saw some feminists getting dragged because they were trying to bring up the whole, Denver stuff.
And
for Kobe, like day of, like day of, they were trying to they're trying to dredge that stuff, and those people were getting dragged on Twitter. They're like, timing,
but now
time and place.
In their defense, okay, regardless of whether or not you think he did it, whatever articles you may have read that will back up your claims on whatever side, you have to ask yourself: if a person does wrong, regardless of what that wrong is there amount of good that person can do that nullifies it? Or if not nullifies it, can at least convince you that this person has tried to make amends and has tried to make themselves a better person? Or do you look at it as, that person did this, I would never do this, this is wrong, and it's done? Now, I'm not saying that rape is okay. Fuck that, it's not. Okay? But what I am saying is, one, you don't go to somebody's house at 11 o'clock at night. You don't, okay? Your fucking refrigerator is not broken at 11 o'clock at night, and you don't eat ice cream that goddamn bad.
Whatever, yeah.
Okay? You show up at my house at 11 o'clock at night, either you got kicked out your house or you're coming to get some dick. That's the fucking way it works. All right?
The views of Jai Pollard do not reflect those of Dre's Geek.
But at the same time, a woman has the right to change her mind. So if at 11:05 she changes her mind, no means no. Okay, no means fine. No problem. But if Kobe did it, not saying he did, not saying he did it, if he did it and he spends the rest of his life trying to make amends and atone for that heinous of an act, do you give him the benefit of the doubt, or do you continue to hold that sword over his head because for whatever reasons that you may have?
Yeah. And then that's like, yeah, like if there's no redemption, then what is there?
Well,
and if the person shows no remorse, then okay, then screw that guy. But like if he's gone for, like, and me and my wife were discussing it. I was talking about like that all happened. He was like what 24?
24, 25.
He was like who wasn't an idiot at 25? You show me someone who wasn't an idiot at 25, and you will be showing me a liar.
I've done some dumb shit in my day, but at the same time, rape is something that you cannot accuse me of ever doing, because it's just like, nope, I know that that's wrong. No. But if I did, and I spend the rest of my life trying to make amends, trying to say, hey, okay, I fucked up. Let me make this better.
Yeah.
Let me live my life in such a way that when you do see me, yeah, you're gonna see the bad, but
God gave him three. So much God gave him multiple daughters. Yeah.
And you know what they do? You know what they say? They say a man gets daughters because he's been bad to women. Well, he had 4, so I mean, he must have been bad to a lot of women. I don't know.
Yeah, 4 daughters. Yeah, he had the other one last year as well.
So it's. But again, with Ari Shaffir, he said everything that he said was derogatory.
Right.
There was no. It was derogatory and it was malicious. So there was no humor in it at all. So because of that,
time and place.
Exactly.
It's just like
you want to make an off-color joke? I make off-color jokes all the time. Dodger fans, I'm sorry. I'll continue to tease you dumb fucks this year when they once again choke in the World Series. But at the same time,
I'm sorry, I have to say, history proves you right each time. I hate to say, as a Dodger fan or a Dodger, I don't even know if I'm even a Dodger fan anymore. I think I'm just a Dodger enthusiast or person.
You're a Dodger fan. You've always been a Dodger fan. You'll always be a Dodger fan, unless they change cities like the Chargers did. In which case,
I'm like as I've said before, like I no longer allow myself to live and die by
You don't bleed blue.
I don't let it ruin my day like other people.
Yeah.
I don't let it control my emotions anymore, where like a bad Laker game or a bad Dodger game or a bad Charge game would just leave me in a bad mood for the rest of the day, week, month.
Yeah.
Although I will always hate the Patriots because of what they did to my Chargers, but fuck Tom Brady, yeah. But yeah, no, it's I don't know, it's just I don't know where I was going with that. Go ahead.
Yeah, there has to be, the problem with comedy is that people are confusing the desire to be funny with the ability to say anything at any time.
Yeah.
And that's not what comedy is. Comedy is, as you said, it's making light of a situation that seriously fucking sucks.
Yeah, Dave Chappelle gets a bad rap because he's trying his intent is never. I don't think his intent is ever to be mean. People always accuse him of punching down. But like, no, he is punching sideways.
And
or he burns himself more than he burns anyone else.
The thing that here's why people don't like Dave Chappelle. It's because he's just as quick to punch down as he is to punch up.
Yeah.
But he spends so much time punching up so that the one time he punches down, you're like, wait a minute, he's talking about me. That's why he said in his last special, and I'm going to make sure you never do anything again. That's you, motherfuckers. And then you get all the Karens and let me speak to your managers and whatnot, and everybody who's got this kind of a hairdo, and all of a sudden it's just like, oh my God, Dave Chappelle's talking about me, but I'm just a normal person. Yeah, you're a normal person who's being an asshole, and that's why you're getting talked about. And that's why he's punching down, because he's letting you know that while the rule in comedy is to punch up, you're still not off limits.
Yeah.
So watch your step. It's like sitting in the front row. Hey, dude, I'll leave you alone. I'm here in the front row because I paid good money for these tickets. Please don't make fun of me. Shut the fuck up and you won't get made fun of. Or let me rephrase that. Shut the fuck up and it lowers your chances of getting made fun of, but you're still in the splash zone. So
yeah, I get people don't understand. Like just sitting in the front row of a comedy show, you are putting yourself in danger.
Yes.
You are giving yourself to the comedian.
Yes.
It's like a professional wrestler gives himself to another wrestler to for the performance, so to speak.
You're throwing yourself to the line.
If you're there, if you sit in front, you're putting yourself in the line of fire. Especially if it's like if someone's doing crowd work or an insult comic, you're just like You better steel yourself. It was like, but I'm rich. I paid for this. So, no, you obviously don't understand how comedy works. And again, the original premise, people don't understand. A lot of people don't understand how comedy works anymore.
Yeah, because everybody's at the phase now where you can't say anything bad about anybody, regardless of how true or humorous you make it. You can't. Jai, you're black. No, what? Oh, wait. Yeah.
Yeah, like people like freak out when I lean into my stereotype jokes all the time, where it's like someone, it's like, oh yeah, hell yeah, I love tamales. Fuck yeah, I'm a Mexican. I am the world's best Mexican when it comes to food. Everything else, I'm a terrible Mexican. I am the world's worst Mexican. It's like I have one kid and I'm married.
How dare you? Wait, you can do that?
Yeah, you can be a Mexican. You can get married.
First,
I was engaged, married, had the kid.
In that order.
In that order, the way, I guess it's traditionally done. Not like all my cousins, where it's like, they're not even married.
Shotgun weddings, if that.
If that. And people are like, people always get like aghast when I lean in so hard to like making fun of my own stereotypes.
Yeah.
It's like, what did I do for Cinco de Mayo? Oh, I had burgers. Like, what? Well, yeah, like that. Tacos are for Tuesday. Cinco de Mayo was a Saturday. I want to grill them all. Or that one year, I'm like, yeah, I want to grill them all.
You can do that?
It's like, how dare you, Dre? I was back when I had one job.
Yeah.
I had no, I forgot, Lamar was always like, you're the world's worst Mexican. You have one job. You ain't got a bunch of babes everywhere. You don't.
You have failed as a Mexican.
I have, as far as a traditional, as far as my people go, I have failed.
You are not the stereotypical Mexican.
But as far as I'm concerned, I lie.
When it comes to food, though, yeah, he'll fuck up all your tamales.
All of them. You give me the carne asada, you put the carne asada in front of me, it's over.
I'm not gonna. That sounds good right now.
But the one thing, although the one thing where the deception is revealed. You put menudo in front of me, I'm like, no.
Yeah, that shit is gross.
No, get that away from me. Get it away.
That shit is gross. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know what.
Not for me. Neither do I. I'm Mexican. I don't even know. All
I
I know is like, I have pozole. My family eats.
Pozole is the shit.
Hell yeah. Give me hominy all day.
Oh, hell yeah.
All right, we've gone for almost an hour and a half. Since we started about 10 minutes late, we went over a little bit here.
Oops.
Whenever Jai's here, we always go over. There was no way we're going to do a 45-minute show with Jai here. It's me flying solo, and I'm like, you know what, we'll get 45, and then we'll call it a night. But we're pushing an hour and a half right now. The show went into repeat. I don't know when it restarted. Is this the Matrix? Oh,
did lose connection for a hot second.
Yeah, there was a connection loss. I noticed that too, but I don't know what happened. Hopefully it'll go up correctly and everything. And then when I try to download it tomorrow to post it on YouTube, we'll see what happens. But as usual, make sure you follow us on social media. You can follow me at DreGV Podcast. I am your gateway into Black Twitter. You can follow Jai at Jai Rizard, like Charizard, but with a Jai in front of it.
Jai, bitches. Jai
Rizard on Twitter. I'm also on Instagram at DreGV Podcast. I've been very lazy. I can't say I've been lazy. I've been busy being a dad.
Especially with a newborn.
With a newborn, man. It's very hard to do any social media. It's like. It's hard, like at work I've been doing the work social media, but when I'm at home, this is the most social media I'll get in right now, doing the podcast. You can always catch us on if you're listening to this. You find us on SoundCloud, you find us on Apple Podcasts, you find us on Stitcher, find us on Spotify, find us on iHeartRadio, on all your favorite podcast applications. You can find our show. If I'm able to apply and I get approved, I'm on that podcast provider. If you can't catch us live, these episodes are always available on Facebook Live, and they go up on YouTube. We have a YouTube page. I actually, last week, I went up and posted a classic episode, and honestly, it's probably one of my favorite episodes that I discovered, because I'm putting them all in order. Mm-hmm. So, it was episode 19. It was best episode ever, worst episode ever, why not both?
Oh, shit.
And then why was it called the best or worst episode ever? It was the one where I told the story of my best and worst night of Uber driving ever.
Oh, shit.
When white women were throwing their vaginas at me, and old Russians were fucking in the back of my car. If you're interested in that, go check out our YouTube page. That episode's up there now. I tell the entire story. Yes, from start to finish. And I have to go back and re-listen to it because, like, you know, memory is unreliable. Thankfully, I told that story when it was fresh in my mind because it was literally the day after. It was like, it was Sunday night when all that happened, and the next day was the episode of Pause. I'm like, no, I gotta tell you guys all the shit that happened last night. The Korean dude that only spoke Spanish, that was amazing. No English, spoke Korean, spoke Spanish, no English, that was amazing. I'm like, this is gonna be a great night. And then two drunk Eastern European motherfuckers tried to start fucking in the back of my car, and then Sam's like, "Why are you telling this story now?" I'm like, "I am a storyteller, my friend. I am telling you in the order of everything happened, and yes, this is not the highlight of the night." What? How is two people trying to fuck in the back of the car not the highlight of the night? I'm like, oh, it continues. If you're interested, check it out. It's on YouTube right now, episode 19.
Go there now.
You can go after the show's over. You can go now or you can go after the show's over. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll be back next Monday, as usual. Might just be me. Might be me and this guy. Might be me and Pete. I don't know. Might be me if the white one's so white. I don't know. The wife still hasn't recovered to be a co-host right now. And also, one of us has to watch the kid. We can't. I don't think the wife can be on the show for a while. I realize, like, one of us has to watch the kid during this hour or so. But thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. For Jai Potter, this is Dre Cervantes. This has been Dre's Geek Philosophy.
Geek Philosophy, bitches.
Geek Philosophy Podcast. Thank you for watching. We'll see you guys next week.